Hi guys, I'm Mike Tibello of MTech Tutorial Hub. In today's lecture, we'll be looking at AND gate. If you haven't watched my first video on gates, I recommend you watch that first before watching this. In the first lecture on gates, I was able to give concise explanation on what logic gates are, and I explained in detail what OR gates are. Let's now get to know what AND gates are. What is an AND gate? The AND gate is a basic digital logic gate that implements logical conjunction. A high output 1 result only if all the inputs to the AND gate are high, represented by 1, and a low output 0 result only if all or one of the inputs to the AND gates are low, represented by 0. This is the symbol of an AND gate. It's a little different. It's different from the other one that we've treated in the last lecture, which is OR gate. From the shape, that will give you a difference. Now this is an AND gate with two inputs, A and B, and an output C. The logical operation of two inputs AND gate can be summarized in the following truth table. Now, let's look at the truth table. We are looking at the truth table of this AND gate that we have here, having two inputs A and B and an output here. Now, this is the summary of the truth table. It has A, B as an input. Now, how do we come about this 4 digits? 1, 2, 3, 4 digits. We come about it just like we've explained in the past, last lecture. Now we can get this through the formula 2 raised power of n, where n is the number of the input. Now here we have two inputs, A and B. That means our n now is 2. That's 2 raised power of 2 will give you 4. Now you have 4 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for the first input A, you write 0, 0. The first half will take 0, then the second half will take 1, 1. Then move to B, input B, you have 0, 1, 0, 1. Now, how do we get the output A times B? In the other lecture, that's the OR gate, the OR gate, it was represented using a plus sign here, but here it's represented using asterisk. The OR gates are represented using a plus sign, and AND gate is represented using an AND sign, which is asterisk. Now, this is the simplest way of getting the result to this is by multiplication. 0 times 0 will give you 0, 0 times 1 will give you 0, 1 times 0 will give you 0, 1 times 1 will give you 1. So simple as it sounds. Very simple. Now, let's move ahead. This is a practical example of AND gates. Now this is a circuit containing an input A and B and a bulb here. Now whenever one of the switch here or the input here is closed, this is just like a switch. Whenever this is closed, one of them, assuming A is closed and B is open, now the bulb here will not glow because there is only one path to get in here. It's only when both of the inputs here, one, that's A, and B, all of them are closed before this bulb will glow. This is a practical example of how AND gate works. The Boolean equation for this gate is A times B is equal to C, or AB is equal to C. This is in a case of AND gate which has 2 inputs. What if an AND gate is having 3 inputs? It would be like A times B times C is equals to D, or A, B, D is equal C. Simple. Good. Let's look at this. An AND gate with 3 inputs. Now, input A, B, C. Then the output is what? Q here. We have W, which is an input to the second AND gate here. Now, first of all, I recommend you, always don't forget your formula, which is 2 raised to the power of n, where n, we said is the number of the input. Here we have 3 inputs, A, B, and C. Thus, your digits here will be 2 raised to the power of 3, which is equal to 8. Which you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, the first 4 digits in the 8 digits, you represent it using zeros. Then the last 4, you represent it by ones. And the second one, you represent it with 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Now, the last input, which is C, you represent it using 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Good. Now, how do you get your W here? You get your W by getting the result of the inputs A and B. The result of A and B will give you W here. Now, I recommend you first of all write your inputs first like this: A, B, then C, then you get your W. Then your W is from a result of A and B. That's 0 times 0 will give you what? 0 here. Then 0 times 0 will give you 0 here. Then 0 times 1 will give you 0. Then 1 times 0 will give you 0. Then 1 times 1 will give you 1. Then 1 times 1 will give you what? 1. That's how we got this. That's your true with this. Now, what remains now is the Q. How do we get Q? Now we get Q by trying to solve from C here, C and W, C and what? W. 0 times 0 will give you 0, then 1 times 1 will give you 0, 1 times 0, sorry, will give you 0, then 0 times 0 will give you 0, 1 times 0, 0, 0 times 0 will give you 0, then 1 times 0 will give you 0, 0 times 1 will give you 0, then 1 times 1 will give you 1. That's how we got the output Q here. I hope it's clear. Now, give this a try. Try this yourself. With the help of a diagram, give a practical example for 3 inputs and a gate. Try and do it. It's very important. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my video tutorials. Thank you very much for watching. Love you guys.